If you have been following our channel, you know that we have created many tutorials on our individual schema markups to help you add them easily. So if you need help with those, the links are in the description. But there are a lot more schema options we have not discussed on those videos. So in this video, we'll talk about them. Let's go. Hey, it's Jack from RankMath, the one SEO plugin that empowers millions of WordPress users, and this channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic. So if you're new to us, subscribe. So schema is the most recognized form of structured data, and RankMath supports it out of the box without any external plugins. So right now, let me walk you through all its features that are beneficial to you. First thing first, let me assume that you have already installed and configured RankMath on your site. And when you visit the RankMath tab of any pages, posts, or custom post types, and you do not see the schema options, you see currently we only have the general, the advanced, and the social settings. But we do not see the schema settings. So what we want to do is to go to the dashboard, hover over RankMath SEO, and go to its dashboard. Then you want to scroll through and look for a module called Schema Structured Data, and you want to toggle this on. As soon as you have done that, go back to your page and refresh it. Now back to the RankMaths tab, and now you will see the schema option. Now check this out. If I add a new post on my site and we visit its schema settings, we will see that an article schema is automatically added. The same is true when we add a new page. Visit the schema option and you will see the same thing. That's because this is the default setting of RankMath. But what if you want to change the default schema type of your post or page to something else? What you want to do is to go to your dashboard, hover over RankMath SEO, and visit its title and meta settings. And over on the left options panel, you will see all the different post types your site has. If you go to the post, you will see that the default schema type for it is the article schema. And if we go to the pages, the article schema is the default schema type as well. So if you want to change the default schema type to something else, feel free to click on this and select whichever schema that is relevant to your post type. Assuming that you have selected the book schema as the default type, for any changes, you want to make sure to scroll down and hit Save Changes. And that's how you can change the default schema type. So the next time you add a page and you visit the schema option, this will be the default schema for your post type. Now let's say that you are an event company and you have created a new custom post type called events and you want to add a new event page. But when you visit the schema settings, you will see that there is no schema markups applied by default. So how should you configure it so that a particular schema type is automatically added when you create a new event page? Similarly, you want to hover over RankMath SEO and go to the titles and meta settings. And as you can see, whenever you create a custom post type, RankMath will detect it. So if we go to the events post type, we will see that nothing is set by default. So if we expand the options, we can select either one of these schema types. But the logical schema type is event, so we will select that. And as for this headline and description, basically these variables will take information from the pages you create. I will explain this in a while. But for now, let's save changes. Once we have done that, as we add a new event page and we visit the RankMath schema settings, we will see that the event schema is automatically added to it. Take note that we have only added the schema type, but you still have to click on this and add all the schema information because every page, post, or custom post type has unique details. And as for the variables, such as the SEO title, as well as the SEO description, as we saw in the titles and meta settings, these variables will take information from your SEO title and the SEO description of the page. So in other words, these are dynamic information. So let's put things into perspective. Let's put the free version of RankMath on the left and the pro version on the right. The first difference you will see between the free and the pro version is that as you click on the schema generator in the free version, you can see that you're missing the dataset schema, which is useful for sites that are data heavy, such as a business or industry research site, then FAQ and fact check, which is great for sites that debunk myths and misinformation, then the how-to schema, movie schema, which is great for movie review sites, and if you run a podcast channel, this podcast schema will be great for your site. So if you are a RankMath Pro user all schema types are available to you. And then the free version only allows for one schema type per post, page, or custom post type, which means currently there is an article schema on a page. And when we click on the schema generator, and let's say that we want to add a course schema, and we click save for this post, we can see that the course schema will replace the article schema that was originally on the page. However, on the Pro version, if we want to add an additional schema, let's say the course schema as well, we can see that the schema will be added on top of the original schema type. In the Pro version, there is no limit to the number of schema types you can add to a page, post, or custom post type. But make sure to only add schema types that make sense. Now, other than these obvious schema types and limitations, if we compare the article schema between the free version and the Pro version, we can see that in the Pro version, there is one additional schema, which is the speakable schema. This is useful for your content to be used on voice searches. And if you want to know how to utilize the speakable schema and optimize your page for voice search, you can check out this video right here. The link is in the description. Anyway, on top of the speakable schema, when you add a link to your pages and you click on the edit icon, the same goes for this. As you expand the advanced tab, you will see that in the Pro version, there are two additional schema, which are the about and mention schema. These are important schemas that will help search engines understand the association between the topics on the web and your content, which makes search engines understand your content much quicker and as a result, ranks your page much higher. And then if you run either a movie review site, a site that shares recipe, a course site like Udemy or Coursera, or a restaurant review site, your category pages have a chance of achieving a carousel reach snippet that looks like this if you have Rank Math Pro. Looks good, right? All you need to do is to go to your post categories, and as you can see, this romance movies category, we have 5 movie review articles. We need to add a movie schema on every page of the category, such as if we visit this movie review page and we go to the schema option, we have a movie schema and added all the relevant information of the movie review. And then there's one more thing to do. Let's go back to the post categories and we want to edit this category. Let's scroll down to the Rank Math options, click on the Schema tab, and then the Schema Generator. From here, you want to add the carousel schema markup, and this will give your category page a chance of getting the carousel reach snippet. Now, take note that this carousel schema is only available for category pages, and not for single post page or custom post type. However, if you have the free version of Rank Math, on your category page, and on the Rank Math options, you will not see the Schema tab. In other words, you are missing out on the opportunity to achieve that reach snippet. By the way, the carousel reach snippet is available for the course, movie, recipe, and the restaurant schema. And finally, if you run a forum, for example, you're using the bbPress plugin, Rank Math Pro automatically adds the Q&A page schema when a forum topic is marked resolved. To put everything into perspective, these are the schema markups that the free version offer, and the Pro version offers everything that the free version has, and on top of them, these are the additional schema markups available to the Pro users. So these are the differences between the free and the Pro version in terms of the schema type. There is more. Alright, if we check out the schema generator in both the free and the Pro version, we can see that in the Pro version, there is an import feature right here, while in the free version, there isn't. So what exactly does this feature do? Now let's say that you found this page, and they have this section where it says medically reviewed by a doctor, and you're wondering what schema has been added to this page. All you need to do is to copy this URL, then on the import feature, since we have copied the URL, we can select the URL option and paste the URL here and hit import. And as you can see, the page has a medical web page schema. And as you click on use, you will see all the schema information of the page, and we can use this schema markup as a template, which I will show you how in a while. Now, for example, if you are working on a local website and you do not have a live URL, you can select the HTML code option. Let's say that this page does not have a live URL. All you need to do is to right-click on the page and view its page source. And then Ctrl or Command A to select everything, and Ctrl or Command C to copy. Now back to the import tool, you can paste the HTML code here and hit process HTML, and you will see all the schema markups that are applied to the page. And if you are more advanced and you found JSON codes you want to add to your page, you can use the JSON option. Paste the JSON codes here and hit process code. And the import feature will show you what schema this JSON code brings. And if you click use on one of the schema types, you will see all the details and information of the JSON code you have entered. Now, with this import feature alone, it is not beneficial enough. What is beneficial is if we can use those imported schema markups as our own schema template. Now, the schema template feature is only available to the Rank Math Pro users. So earlier, we have used this import feature to discover the medical webpage schema. But let's say that you want to use the same schema on other pages of your website. This is what you would do. You can change all the information from this schema to your website's information. So let's start with this. Since this is an organization schema and we need the organization name, we can use a variable like this to dynamically insert your organization name. And since this is an image logo of your organization, we can change the value to this variable to display our site's logo. Remember, we will not change the ad type and its value, as well as the schema fields on the left. We will only change their values. Next, we will not change this because ad type defines what schema markup this is. We will go to the headline, and I believe this will be the SEO title of any page the template will be used. So we will add this variable. For the description, it will be the SEO description variable. For the keywords field, I will use this keywords variable so that all keywords entered in the focus keyword field of the page will be added to the schema. And then as for the author schema, they have defined it as a person, and the name of the person will be changed to this name variable. Now, if you want to know what any of these variables bring to your page, you can simply visit any page or post, go to the Rank Math tab, and click on the Edit Snippet button. Then on the SEO title field, you see as you click on this down arrow, you will see all the different variables Rank Math provides. I will show you a list of variables and their users later in this video. But anyway, paste the variable here, and you will see a snapshot of what information comes with the variable. Let's go back to the template. For the last reviewed field, this is the modified date, so I will add this variable. And then the URL field is asking for the URL of the page the template will be used. So it will be this URL variable. Then the publish date of the post, I would use the date variable. The date modified will be the same as this. So I'll paste the variable here. Then the article section is basically the post category the page is sorted. So I will use the category variable. Now, as for the correction and correction comment schema, these are used when you want to mark up a correction made to previously published content. So this is not common for all your content. And as a result, I don't think this should be in the template. So I would delete this entire group. And as you can see, this correction is an entire group on its own. So right beside the group, I will click on delete. Yes, and the group will be deleted. And then the reviewed by schema. This will be the name of the professional who reviewed your content. And since this reviewer will always change, I will add a placeholder such as name of professional reviewer. Do not leave this field empty, otherwise this line will be removed from the template. Then for the image of the page, we will use this variable. The same goes for the thumbnail, unless you need a different image. Alright, now that we have amended the template, all we need to do is to click on Save as Template, and the template will be saved. So the next time you create a new page and you want to reuse the same template, you can click on the schema generator, and then you will see this option to view your schema template, and this is where you can use the schema template you have just created. Simply click on Use, and I believe with the template we have created, the only thing we need to change is the name of the reviewer. Now, what if you want to amend the schema template? Such that if you change this, the next time you use the same template, you don't have to always change this. This is easy. Simply go to your dashboard, hover over Rank Math SEO, and there will be a schema template option here. And all your created schema templates will be right here. You can edit the schema template or you can delete it. It is up to you. If you want to edit it, simply click on this, and you'll be able to change the template accordingly. And make sure to save it. Now, there is more that you can do with the schema template. Now, earlier we have talked about adding schema templates to individual pages, but now let's talk about automatically adding schema templates to pages or a group of pages based on a set of conditions. So assuming you want to add this special announcement schema template to your pages in a specific category, let's visit the post categories. And as you can see, we have this announcements category that has 9 announcement posts. And under this announcements category, we have subcategories such as important and not important. So assuming we want to add the special announcement schema to all the announcement posts, let's head back to the schema templates. Let's click edit. These are the schema fields. I will explain to you why these placeholders won't work in a while. But for now, we want to click on display conditions. Let's click on add new condition. If you're already seeing this, then don't worry about it. Now in the first option, we can select whether we want the schema to be included, excluded, or inserted. If you want the schema to be inserted, it means you want to add this schema to any of these existing schema markups. Or you can choose whichever existing schema markup you want to insert. This is a little more advanced and it is rarely used, but the most common would be include. Now we don't want the special announcement schema to be added to all pages of your site, so we want to change this to singular. If you select archives, it means you want to add schema to category pages. Anyway, our announcements are in the post and not in any of these post types, so I will select that. And then we don't want to apply the schema to all categories, but to a specific one, so we will select categories. And the name of the category is announcements. So we will type the first few letters and the category we need will appear. Alright, let's save this display condition. And now let's go to the post categories. We want to visit one of the posts under the announcement category, such as this. Let's check it out. Let's click on the Rank Math tab. Go to the schema option and we will see this special announcement schema added to the page, and it is a global template. If you don't want to use the global template for this page, feel free to remove it. But anyway, here's the issue with global templates. If you click on the edit button, whatever changes you make here will be applied to all other pages using the same global template. Such as if I change the title of the announcement to this, based on the display condition, all pages within the same category will share the same title. For example, let's save this. And then let's visit another page that uses the same global template. Let's say this. Go to the schema option and let's click on edit. And we will see that the title is what we have just amended. So if you change this title to reflect the title of your current page, all other pages will adopt this title. So this is not ideal. The only way to use a global schema template is to use variables we have talked about earlier. So you want to change this to the SEO title of the page, this to the SEO description. For the date posted, we will use the date variable. And then the URL will be this. And now as you save this template, all pages that use this global schema template will adopt those variables, which means you do not need to make any changes to the global template as they will take information directly from your page. So remember, the global template is only useful with variables and not placeholders. If you want to use placeholders, then you would just go to the individual page and add the schema template as I've shown you earlier. Now, let's go a step further. Let's say that you only want to add the special announcement to pages that are in the important subcategory, but not in this subcategory. Currently, let's visit the post in the not important category. And then let's check out the schema option. We will see the global template in use. Now let's go to the schema template and edit the special announcement schema. Go to the display conditions, and now we want to stack an additional condition. Earlier we have included a schema to all pages in the announcements category, but now we want to add a new condition, and instead of include, we want to choose exclude. And then similarly, it is singular under the posts, and then categories. We want to find the not important subcategory, and here it is. Now let's save this. And then let's go back to the page in the not important subcategory. Let's visit the schema option, and we will see that the global template is not applied to this page because of the new condition that we have set. So this is one of the examples where you can add and exclude global schema templates. Feel free to try this on your own use case, and if you have any questions or need customized assistance, feel free to contact us through this link. Our helpful support specialist will assist you accordingly. Now the advanced schema editor is for Rank Math Pro users as well, and this is what it does. For some reason you would like to customize our existing schema type, for example the core schema, As you can see, these are the schema fields that will help you pass the Google Reach Results testing too. But if you need more detailed information about a course, such as the minimum education level required, like a bachelor degree, as well as the prerequisite before signing up to the course, what you can do is to fill up all the information that is in the basic schema editor. That way, when you convert this to the advanced editor, you do not need to touch the schema fields that are already set. And once everything is done, you want to click on the advanced editor. Now take note that once you convert from this basic schema editor to the advanced editor, you can't convert it back to the basic. And if you are fine with that, you can click OK, and this is the advanced editor. Now we want to add additional schema fields. So let's click on Add Property, and now we want to add the education level schema, and the minimum requirement to join this course is having at least a bachelor degree. Let's click to add another property. This will be for the competency requirement, and we will need the student to have at least some basic Python knowledge. Similarly, if you think this customized course schema can be used for your other pages, you can save this as a template. But if you just want to use for this page, you will click Save for this post. But before that, how do we know if the schema markup is accurate and without errors? So this is the course schema we have just customized. All you need to do is to scroll all the way up and you will see this code validation option. This is the JSON format of the schema you have added. Another way to access the code validator is when you are in the schema option, and in the schema type, there is this eye icon. And as you click it, you will have direct access to the code validator. RankMath has made it super easy for you to test this code. You can either click on this to copy the code and paste it to a tool like the schema.org validator for testing, or you can click on Test with Google and it will bring you to the Google Reach Results testing tool with all the codes copied over. Simply click on Test Code, give it a while, and it will show you if there are any errors in your schema codes. And if you expand this, let's scroll down a little, and you will see the two information we have added earlier. The final thing to talk about is the custom schema, and I'm pretty sure you have already seen it. When you click on the schema generator, right at the top, you will see the custom schema tab. Click on it and you will start the schema in a clean slate. I'm pretty sure you find this format familiar because the advanced editor is exactly the same format as the custom schema. Just that with the custom schema, you are starting from scratch. This is normally for advanced users who understand how to apply schema markups. And to be honest, with the advancement of AI, it becomes so much easier to implement custom schema markups. If you want to learn how to implement custom schema with AI, do subscribe to our channel because we'll be creating a video about that. Now, before we end, remember we talked about all the schema variables and I promised to show you what they are? Let's do that. So these are all the basic variables and their users. Feel free to pause this video to understand them. These are the advanced variables. These are the variables for individual posts. These are the category variables, the author variables. If you run a WooCommerce store, these are the variables you can use. And finally, if you run a forum with BuddyPress, these are the variables you can use. I hope with this video you will have a better understanding of how to configure schema markups with RankMath. And if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to smash the thumbs up. Our channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, consider doing so. This is Jack from RankMath. I'll see you in the next video.